Once upon a time there was a village in India run by a good-hearted man. Villagers called him Chaudhary Sahab. He was very wise and worked a lot for his people and his village's development within his own resources. He trained the youth and gave them a good education. They found good jobs, and in a few years, with everyone's hard work, that village became the most successful and rich town in that area. They built new houses and started having the luxuries of life. He trained the youth and gave them a good education. They found good jobs, and in a few years, with everyone's hard work, that village became the most successful and rich town in that area. They built new houses and started having the luxuries of life. It was a peaceful town until, all of a sudden, every night, invaders started coming to town. They robbed houses and threatened the old watchman. In a few months, every night, something bad happened to the people. They all gathered at Chaudhary Sahab's house and asked him what to do next. Someone advised in that meeting that they all should have one dog in their house to alarm them and for protection. Most of the people agreed, as it was a logical point. Everyone started getting a trained dog. Soon there was a market to buy dogs for every workplace and home. A few months stayed quiet, and nothing happened, and people thought it was working. Then one day, a group of people robbed a few houses and 2 workplaces. They tied the old watchmen up with strings, and then walked around the village like it was their own space. The dogs stayed quiet, and not one house dog barked to alert the whole village. News spread like wildfire in the whole village by morning and reached Chaudhary Sahab. Now people were really scared. There was an old wise man who could hardly see a thing, and he was a famous detective in his time. He said, "Your dog has been compromised in this case." People found it hard to believe him. They said dogs are man's best friend and famous for their loyalty. How can this old man say that? Someone added, "A dog is yours if you feed him well and keep him well." The old man laughed and said, "Yes, but he does not forget who raised him and how he was raised." He then asked, "How long have you all had these dogs in your homes?" Someone replied, "A few months ago." They all fell quiet, realizing the old man had a point. He said, "I need 10 of your most active young boys to train to solve this issue." 2 nights were quiet, no one entered the town. But one night, village boys saw a man enter a neighbor's house, start feeding a dog, and tap its head. The dog licked the man's feet, stayed quiet, and allowed the man to enter the house and rob it. This happened to many houses and people watched it with their own eyes. They went and reported to the old man. The old man said, "I told you that you have bought those dogs which have been raised by thieves." The next night, the thieves entered the village and the villagers followed them with sticks and axes, eventually catching them. When the news reached the old man, he said, "It was a lesson for you all to learn. Don't trust those whom your elders used to trust. Find your own security and be your own protector because no one knows you better than yourself."